actors. It's Wendy Elaine Wright, the Hollywood talent manager in Los Angeles, California. And I wanted to talk to you today about overcoming fear. This is not going to be a long video. This is going to be a kind of short video, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So sit down, relax, get a cup of tea, and I'm going to go over a couple of different concepts. When people are afraid, it's typically because they're afraid of what they're going to lose. It's not that they're afraid of, they're not always afraid that they're not good enough or afraid, that they won't get there. That's not always what we're afraid of. Sometimes we're afraid of what we're going to lose. Say we have a job, we have security, we know where our money's coming in. We're afraid if we take a different avenue, we're going to lose the things we already have. And that's very scary. So instead of us focusing on, but when we get to this new area of life, we're going to have a new challenge, something new and exciting. We're going to meet new people. We're going to have new experiences. We're going to learn new things. Instead, we get really focused on, oh my God, we're going to lose. Maybe we're going to lose the relationship we're in. Maybe we're going to lose the friends that we have. Maybe we're going to lose the schedule that we have. We're going to lose the comfort that we have knowing we have a job to go to. And so the fear of what we're going to lose can beat out the amazing adventure and experience that comes when you go do something new. So that's one big problem that we tend to get afraid of. Another thing is that when we do something new, a lot of times we're really afraid that it's going to be hard and we won't understand how to do it. So like sometimes it comes with all kinds of brand new technology and we don't know how to do it. We don't know what resources we're supposed to use. I mean, it's so new and we're so out of our own comfort zone that we get afraid to take those actions because we don't know if we're going to succeed at it. We don't know if we're going to be able to figure it out. We don't know what steps have to be taken. And so instead of focusing on the positive, like we're going to have a new adventure, we're going to learn new skills, we're going to have new abilities, we're going to become good at something new, we're going to meet new people doing it, we're going to have something fresh and different in our lives. We're focusing on what we're going to lose. We're going to lose what we know. We're going to lose what we're used to doing. We're going to lose the comfort of knowing that we know what we're doing. So that's another problem. I had that experience when I started my online coaching business and teaching all of you guys, how the business works. I'm like, I don't know how to do a webinar. I don't know how to build a web page. I don't know how to get my ebook on PayPal and upload it to Amazon. And I don't know how to do workshops. And for the last few years, I've had to learn all that stuff. And from that, I have met the most amazing people. I have way more abilities than I had before. I know, right now I'm getting to work on like a conference call. Like I was on the phone with an Amy Jo Berman conference call the other day and I'm like, okay, how does Amy Jo Berman do this? So I had to send her an email. Amy, how do you do this? Because every single day I'm learning something new. It's exciting to learn new things. And yes, it's very scary. One of my clients just signed a huge 3-picture deal. And I had no idea how to do that contract. I mean, I had to figure that out. As a talent manager, I know how to handle a lot of things, but I'd never had a client that signed a 3-picture deal before. So that was really new. And it's just been really exciting learning new things. So you want to make sure you're focusing on what you're going to gain from the experience, not what you're going to lose from the experience. Another thing that we often get really afraid of is how do I say this? We get afraid that when we get to the other side of what it is we're trying to do, that what if it's not all that we thought it was? What if we aren't making more money? What if we aren't more successful than we thought we were going to be? What if the grass isn't greener on the other side of the pasture? What if it's exactly the same as what you have? We're always focusing on what's wrong with a picture. And so sometimes overcoming fear is not about the fear of, oh my God, what if I'm not good enough? It's afraid of the unknown. But the way that we can cope with that and the way that we can deal with that, whether you're a singer or an actor or a writer, is to focus on what you will get. Keep your mind on the positive. I read this book called, I think it's called The Keys to Happiness or something. I was going through a really sad time last year for a couple months, and I was getting like depressed. And so things weren't working out the way I wanted to with my child, and just things like that. And I had to figure out, okay, what makes me happy in my life? And I made a list of all the things that make me happy in my life. If you guys want to hold on a second, I'm going to get it. Don't go anywhere. This is real life we're talking about here. Dun, dun, dun. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm back. Stay with me. The Pursuit of Happiness. This book, Ted Leonsis, he was the head of AOL. And it is, I'm not a business, I never read like about CEOs or whatever, but this book is so fascinating. And I put my list in this book. I have not looked at it since I wrote it. I wrote it on a menu while I was in my Korean restaurant. Look at my list. It looks like scribble. Looks like scribble. But let me read it to you now. Say less and do more. That ain't gonna happen on my YouTube television channel. Be gentler with myself and with others. That means don't be so harsh and so self-critical. Okay. Let's see. Take big creative chances. Okay, so I'm getting ready to produce my first film. That's a big chance. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to put the people together. I know enough about business and having a successful business that I can apply those techniques to that, but I don't know. I mean, I have so much to learn. My learning curve is huge, mostly with how do I make it SAG after contracts? Is it a new media agreement? Oh, scheduling and putting all these people together and making sure it's professional and making sure I get all the right people involved and making sure the script works and making sure I'm on the right camera, making sure I know about the editing. I got a lot to learn. But you know what? I'm not focusing on what I don't know. I'm focusing on how freaking excited I am to be able to make a film, which I've dreamed of doing my whole life. Not in front of the camera, but behind the camera. I've got the script. I've got some of the actors in place. I'm making contacts with cinematographers. I'm going to take a class on video editing. So I'm going to, I have a partner now, a producing partner. And I'm gaining confidence in how to do this. I just successfully pitched my own television show to a major network and signed a contract with them for a new show that's coming out. So I'm taking big creative risks. What's else on my list? Sell my show to television. Just did that. Okay. Oh, I could cross that out. Write some more songs. Okay. I want to work and sing with Michael McDonald. That's a big one. I don't even know where he is. I got to figure that out because you know what? His voice is my favorite voice in the whole world, and to hear my voice with his voice would make me really happy. And to be around him. Let's see. Exercise. Okay, I need to go out and do my walk. I've been walking more. I have this big, beautiful dog, this Doberman, that I take out for walks. So I've been walking a lot more. Help my brother and my mother and my father in their retirement. Okay, I'll be working on that. Own another brand new Mercedes. I own one. I want to own another one. This one I want to be convertible with the top down. What does this say? Oh, own several paid off houses. I have one house in Connecticut. I had bought 2 houses in Detroit. And this one says I need one in Europe. And one in Bali. So I got work to do ahead of me. Be a good friend. I've been working on changing how to be a good friend. I've always been friendly and very loving towards people. But I've been learning from another friend of mine who's a really good friend how to be a good friend. And when her friends are sick, she goes with a pot of soup and goes over to their house and gives them the soup. Doesn't wait for them to ask. She's just there to help. So that's what I've been doing, and the way that manifested in my life this year. And it's interesting, when you write all this stuff down, your subconscious is on top of it, and you'll start making those changes, whether you even know you're doing it or not. I didn't put it together until I read this. One of my vocal students, a little girl who's 8 years old, who I really love and adore, last week I got an email that her father fell off a ladder and died. And I was mortified. I mean, can you even imagine? I was totally devastated. I immediately got in my car and drove straight to her house. And normally I would send a card, or, God forbid, I'm so sorry this happened to you. How can I be of help? I didn't do that this time. I went straight to her house. The back door was open. I went in. No one was there. The bunny had not eaten. The bunny had no water. I fed the bird, the bunny. I put water in the thing because obviously whatever her mother and she were dealing with, they didn't have time to deal with the bunny. So I left them a note saying I was here. I'm here to help you in any way. I'll take your daughter. I'll do whatever I can to help you. And then she sent me a text saying, thank you so much for leaving that note. Thank you for taking care of the bunny. And then I decided I'm not letting it stop there. I got this giant, beautiful stuffed animal that I love that's filled with rainbows and colors. And I took it to the little girl's house and put it on her front porch with a note and some candy. And one of my other students wrote a handwritten note too, and we left it for her. We went to the funeral, and I teach singing classes on Saturdays. I emailed the mother. I said, I'll teach her for free for the whole month. Just give her to me. Let me spend time with her. And I took the little girl to sing in public at a location where she made money. She put a hat down. She made all this money that day singing. And her mother sent me a text saying, my daughter had such a joyful and happy day for the first time since the tragic event that happened last week. And that's because I've decided to be a good friend. Not one that's so preoccupied with my business, but a good friend who goes to the person who's in need and takes care of what needs to be taken care of. So I'm learning about that. Write, produce, and direct and star my own film, working on that. Pray and meditate more regularly. Been doing that. Make a difference in the lives of other people. I belong to the Kiwanis Club of La Cañada. And there's this illness called neonatal tetanus. And the Kiwanis of the entire world, there's like Kiwanis clubs all over the world. Kiwanis International decided to eradicate maternal neonatal tetanus, and that means that a woman gets tetanus and passes it down to an infant child, and when it's born, it is in so much agony and pain, its muscles deteriorate and separate from the bone. Just imagine watching your child die like that and you can't do anything about it. But for $1.85, they can get a shot that stops tetanus, and that stops happening to the children. So I was so proud this week when I went to my Kiwanis meeting. I went to one Monday night and one today, that we're raising money to help this cause. And I just felt like I am so proud to be a part of an organization that is doing something to really change the lives of other people. Listen to my inner voice more and follow its direction. Do things I know are right for me no matter how hard they are. I do so much to take care of other people that I sometimes forget I have to take care of myself. So you can see that I've got lots of things, but these are all the things that make me happy. This is just going to make me more happy in my life. There's a lot more I didn't read to you because some of it's none of your business. Some of that's private. But the point is that a successful person becomes conscious of what they want to achieve in their life and takes strides to achieve it. They focus on the positive. They focus on what they are wanting to accomplish. They make lists of what's important to them. They become aware of what's working in their lives, what's not working in their lives, and how they can improve it. And it is so urgent that you guys, do the same things with yourself, because time is short and life is short. And today is all we have, and tomorrow's not even here yet. So we don't even know what's coming or if we even be here. Hopefully we all will, right? But since we have no... Hi, bird. Are you eating the chair? Good. Since we have no control over that, we have control over our thinking. We have control over our actions. We have control over our attitude. And we have control over what we focus on. And in order for you to be happy in life, you've got to focus on the positive. Focus on what's great about you. Focus on the wonderful things you're going to get out of doing new things, scary things, things you don't know how to do. Keep your mind and your focus on what you're going to gain. You're going to gain new friendships. You're going to gain new knowledge. You're going to gain new skills, new techniques, new opportunities. You're going to gain more money. You're going to gain more opportunities, relationships. It's okay to have new changes. Imagine when you were a little child, what would have happened to you if you never learned to speak, if you never learned to walk, if you never learned to eat? I'm sure it was scary to get on your bike for the first time because you might fall off, you might lose a limb, you might put out an eye. You could think about all those things and then you'd never ride. Or swimming, you don't go swimming because you might drown. You can't think about what could go wrong. You got to think about what's going to go right and focus all your attention and energy on the positive. That is how to overcome fear. Keep steering your brain to the positive. If you start getting off track and oh my God, you start thinking of fear and worry and put your mind back to the positive. You have control over which way you focus. That you have control over. So if you don't do anything else, that you can do. Put some positive sayings on your refrigerator, in your car, on your computer screen. Stay around positive people. Read positive books. Read books that are uplifting. Watch videos that are uplifting. Stay away from negativity. Stay away from the news. Stay away from naysayers. Surround yourself with positive people who are doing what you want to do in life. And relax, because this is an exciting journey. Life is an exciting journey. And you have to make the most of it and find a way to increase your joy, increase your happiness by focusing on the positive and being willing to take massive steps in a new direction that you've never stepped before. And you'll be okay. It'll all work out. Doesn't it always? So that's it for now. Take care. Talk to you later. Subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you later. Bye.